To utilize lean principles for continuous process improvement in the logistics system.
The most difficult thing for me was to get employee buy-in. A lot of people are accustomed to doing things the old ways, and change comes hard. And convincing them that these new principles do work and are good can be a problem.
Well, for us in the shade shop, it was trying to figure out what we wanted to keep and not keep. and getting all the materials and the part numbers all into inventory and getting that process through stores so that we could have it replenished.
The most difficult aspect of the Lean project was cooperation by individuals and some of our leaders. But once the cooperation started to happen, it went really well.
You would use your materials, and as long as the tradespeople would use the handheld properly, that would trigger a reorder when you need it, and it would restock, and I didn't have to spend the time on the computer and doing that reorder myself. It would automatically happen, and that was, I would say, was a real benefit to this process.
We now know what we have. We know where it is. We've pared things down to about 6 years worth of product. So we've kept what we really need.
I'd say the most positive outcome has been the organization that we now have, with being able to find pretty much everything. Dave's done an incredible job, I think. Hasn't gotten.
Okay. The most positive outcome of the Lean project to me has been FS Store's involvement. They store a lot of things for me that I commonly use, and they're easily accessible for me. I don't have to worry about procuring them at the last minute when I need them.
The most positive aspect of participating in this program, I think, is organization. We got better time management now because things are organized. Our parts are where we can find them. Purchasing the parts is really simple. It's a time saver in a lot of ways, and saves the customer money ultimately at the end.
This process, I think, will stand the test of time as long as everybody buys in. One person can sabotage the whole thing. You have to have total buy-in from everybody in your department. And the best thing to do is get everybody on board at the beginning and include them, make it a fun thing. I know inventory isn't necessarily a fun thing, but getting organized can be fun.
This is a project that has been sorely needed by our shop. It will allow us to move forward in a more productive, efficient way, and it'll definitely be something that we'll take into the future and use from this point forward.
Ask lots of questions, visit other shops, see how they've done it. There's a lot of good ideas out there. The other shops may have already done it. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You can get a lot of good ideas from other shops.
Embrace it. Embrace the basics and tailor it to what you need for your shop to work. Sometimes some of the parts of it are not the easiest to figure out or implement for you, but overall the basics of it are very sound.
Project.
Cooperate and communicate. This is the only way it's going to work, and the more you fight, the worse it's going to get. So communication and cooperation are the key words.
I would probably tell other shops that, especially if they have no familiarity with the project, that the steps and time that it takes to get it started and establish some sort of a process are well worth the end result.
Be patient, it takes time.
Well, honesty was, a lot of people said a lot of nasty words because they didn't like the program. But they were being honest.
Candor and honesty played a big part in this project. It helps simplify the process, and you can't fix something without knowing what's wrong. If nobody speaks up honestly, if they don't speak up honestly about it, then nothing happens. So it helps to improve the process.
I think it was good that during our team lead meetings, if there was a particular problem that would arise, people felt free to bring those topics up, and we would discuss it as a group and trying to resolve it, and that helped things run smoother.
And your feedback is critical. It's wonderful. I'm sitting back there chuckling because I love it. You know, I love it because for a running back to score a touchdown, they need the line to open the holes. So, you know, we're all about getting the ball across the goal line. We just got to study it, examine it, and go through the right processes. Were mistakes made? Yeah. Was bold action taken? Yeah. Okay. Now we can clear the smoke and look at, you know, at what's going to work for everybody. So I really appreciate the comments that I'm sitting back listening to, because it's about continuous process improvement.
We inherited a space that was let go for a long time, and we had to make that space into a Home Depot model. And at first the task was daunting. We had this old dilapidated carousel system that where parts were intermingled, and they went all the way up to the ceiling, and trying to tear that down, trying to put the parts in a way that makes sense, and then after that, honestly, the most challenging was figuring out how we're going to update it all in the AIM system. Good thing we have Brandon Carlson in the background helping us set this up. He made it somewhat easier than what it was before. The best outcome of the Success Project was the ability to lay out our inventory in a way that is best for our end users, which are the trades on campus. And we got to set up, you know, plumbing, electrical, fasteners, and then other supplies, all laid out in a way that makes sense. So we have all the plumbing commodities together. We have all the electrical commodities together. We have all the masonry items that we recently got in together. And we've made it easy enough to where a tradesperson can come down here with our help. We can easily pick what they want off the shelf, take it to the front counter, and it just made the process more smooth for everybody involved.
In terms of the other shops, what we've achieve down here at FS Stores will certainly help them down the line with their lean. We are much more prepared for accepting their items and providing their items to them as rapidly and as timely as we can. And it should be quite successful.